We have seen how what are different configurations we need to do to handle a request to reach to make sure like the request reaches the respective controllers, and how to validate a form bean, or how to do any validation in the controller, how to handle the validation result, also how to um, take care of exceptions, right? So in this session, we can see how to connect to any database using the Spring framework. Okay, so Spring is providing us a lot of utilities. So how can we make use of them to um, connect to the database and get save the data? Okay, in the Spring MVC world. Okay, so for that, okay, Spring is providing us a utility called Jdbc template. Okay, um, so uh, for the JDBC template, okay, so JDBC template is a utility which we can make use to save or delete or update a data in the Spring MVC. Okay, so for the JDBC template, you need to inject all those connection data, everything, right? So the constructor will be passing those data as a data source, and the JDBC template take a data source as a argument. Okay, so it knows like to which database to connect and everything it knows. Okay, so how, from where we are going to get this data source? Okay, either you can configure an application dot properties file, or you can create a at bean, right? At a configuration file you can create a bean, and it will be auto wired. Okay, like container will be doing everything for us. Okay, it will create a bean, or the object of the data source, and inject to our constructor, and from the constructor we are assigning that to the JDBC template. So everything is taken care by the um, Spring container. Okay, so once you have a JDBC template, you can make use of update method to update the data. You can make use of a list method. Okay, there is a save method to save the data. Save is for like insert, update is for insert or update, and for list, like you will be getting a row mapper. Okay, so from the row mapper you can map to a bean, or you can if you know it is one-to-one map for a bean, then you can make use of bean property row mapper. So so using the JDBC template you can do anything. Okay, to you can make use of all the API to save, delete, or update a data, or get a data from the JDBC. There is other way. There is also the other way of connecting. There is other way we can make use of CRUD repository, a JPA repository. Okay, API to connect to a database and get a data. Okay, which I already had a session on that, and you can see the link in my comment section. Okay, so the difference between using the JDBC template and using the repository is like, with the JDBC template you need to write your you need to have a update method, you need to implement the update, so it's more code for you. Okay, but with a CRUD repository you doesn't need to write any code. It's kind of an interface you need to create, and it's a if you need any custom method, you just need to add a custom abstract methods in the interface, so that make us less code. Okay, with a JDBC template you need to write a you need to implement all the methods. The only thing which you are going to avoid is writing the SQL statements. But with a repository, you don't want to implement any code, like everything will be provided to you by the API itself. So that's a advantage of using the repositories. Okay, you connect to the